Good morning, artists. Hopefully, you're feeling energized and creative and ready to make some art. Today, I want to start by showing you some pictures that I found on a Facebook page that I'm part of. The Facebook page is for tiny house enthusiasts. One thing you might not know about me is I am obsessed with tiny houses. The tinier the house, the more I love it. So, anyway, on this Facebook page, I found a post where somebody had made a tiny house out of paper and tape and an index card. And I thought it was so fantastic. So I asked the artist, can I share these pictures with my students? And she said, absolutely. So my challenge to you today is to make your own paper house. Okay, so the materials you're going to need to make your own paper house are paper, scissors, and tape. And really, that's about it.
Hold it, I just remembered, you also need a ruler for this activity.
If you feel like getting fancy, you can get some coloring materials. You'll see in my example that I use some colored pencils, but you don't even have to do that. Let's get started.
Okay, so to get started, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to use it to draw the outline of two walls. You can make yours whatever size and shape you want. I'm going to put a triangular roof on the top of one of mine, kind of like the example I showed. And here's my second wall, a little smaller. All right, now I'm going to fold that paper in half so that I can cut out two walls at the same time. There we go. Yep, so when I unfold this, I will have two perfectly identically shaped walls to build with. All right, so I'm going to make a crease where my two walls meet. There we go, kind of like that. And now I'm going to separate them. Now I have the rectangular base of my house. Now I'm going to draw on windows and doors, just whatever size and shape you want. But I will say in doing this, I made windows that were too big and it made the walls collapsible, so think about that. All right, to cut out the windows, you could also do this with an X-Acto knife, but I'm thinking most of us probably don't have that. So we can just make a crease and then use the scissors to cut. I'm going to do the same thing with this window shape. Make a crease in the middle, give it a little trim, and spread it out again. The door I'm not going to cut all the way out because I kind of want it to swing on a hinge like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, adding some windows and doors on this side. And when I'm creasing it, I'm actually not creasing the whole wall because I just want to crease just that one little area where the windows are so the whole thing doesn't have that bent shape. All right. Now it's time to decorate your house. This is where you can color. I chose to use colored pencils for mine. You might also just want a minimalist, solid colored house. If that's you, that's great. Feel free to just skip ahead maybe 45 seconds on this video, but I'm going to color mine. Added some shrubberies there, maybe some blue siding, something like that. Maybe some window frames just for a little pop of color. You get the idea. Lost track of time doing this. I had a great time. Another shrubbery here. Okay, now we're going to tape those two halves together. My tape was being kind of squirrely, so I had to hold it with two fingers. There we go. That works. I'm going to crease it and do the same thing on the other side. Just wherever the walls meet, we want to make sure they're attached. All right, now you can add a roof. I kind of wanted my roof to be a little different, so I just found a colorful page from a magazine. And I didn't really measure first, I just kind of guesstimated with my eyes. As you'll see, I'll trim it later. What I'm going to do now is tape the inside corner of the wall where it meets the roof. Again, that tape's being squirrely, but just patience and persistence makes it work. Right, doing the same thing to this side. I have about 4 pieces of tape connecting my walls to my roof. Yours might need more or less, just depending on the shape. Now I'm going to trim it. Doesn't quite need to hang that much. And now I'm going to tape it to my base. Again, this has 4 pieces of tape, just one for each wall, holding it onto the base. Just kind of carefully going around. Okay, there we go. And now I really just had a good time doing this, so I felt like pulling out all the stops and decorating the yard. You may or may not want to do that, but I just decided to let the camera keep rolling and have fun with it. So making a yard here, just having fun just seeing like the different textures that I could create with that colored pencil. Looks like a freshly mowed lawn. I thought maybe they could have like a little kidney-shaped pool over on the side, something like that. Maybe some gold brick around the perimeter. Just have a good time. The best kind of art projects are the ones where you lose track of time while you're doing them, and that's what happened to me when I was working on this. Hopefully the same thing happens to you. All right, making some cobblestones there leading up to the door. Yeah, that's fun. There's my little house. That was some time well spent. I really had a good time making that.
So there you have it. Whether you decide to work on this project or not, the most important thing is that you are taking some time out of your day to exercise your creative muscles. And just as a reminder, our class times are usually about an hour, maybe 45 minutes when we factor in cleanup. So plan on spending about that long working on this project. When you are finished, either with this project or something from your own imagination, please upload a photo or a video so I can see and comment on your work. Have a great time creating, and I will see you later.